parking today. Hey, listen, I'm gonna bring up a few things. All right. Now, first of all, my brother Fred, malicious, top-notch guy. Go check out his club. Restaurant, go check him out if you're over there. He's Sylvanian Waters and all that. Fucking near the bridge where you can the back of the bridge anyway. Fucking the brother's got some mad stuff there. You know, you got to check him out. I haven't got there personally, but I see the stuff that he posts. It's pretty full on. I'm going to go around one day and sleep. But yeah, Brother Fred posted about Spaniard, gone to China, and apparently he was making some pretty fucked up comments about the people that are Muslim and Islam and this and that, and very typical Islamics, hey, Islamics, one of them type people, you know. Brother Fred, he's got a few of his details a little bit mixed up. The Chinese government does not view Islam as like what he said. That's actually not accurate. The way they treat Muslims there is the way they treat Christians and the way they treat Jews. They do the same procedure so no one overthrows the communist government. Now, did they overthrow, did they pull apart a few masjids there, mosques there? Yes, they did, but apparently I looked into it, and the people that were running those mosques were hardcore terrorists, still type situation happening. Alright, now no one really knows the truth of it because the communist government keeps everything under wraps. But listen, as a whole, the Chinese people are usually the best to deal with. I freaking love the Chinese. Like a majority of them are fucking top notch. Yeah. Alright, you got your odd case where you're gonna come across a dickhead. Obviously, there's dickheads everywhere, but the majority are top notch. Let's be honest about it. Yeah. So like, I think there's a bit of a misconception. I wanted to put it out there, and but Brother Fred's got a point. This Spaniard, he's a fucking racist. He's prejudiced, and if you turn around and say, yeah, well, this is Aboriginal, though, who cares? That doesn't count. You know why? Heaps of Ku Klux Klan motherfuckers when it married Afro women. Yeah, there's heaps of motherfuckers out there that are Afro with Schwarzenegger's tattoos for. Yeah, that will help the apartheid. Who did he bring apart Nelson Mandela? Or was another African? Another Afro-African. Alright? That's who set up Nelson Mandela. So that'd be fucking telling me, oh, but he's got an Aboriginal girlfriend. Who cares? Who cares? All you have to do is talk to a Gambian, someone from the Gambia, and they'll tell you Lebanese Christian Venetians from like the Bashari area, which hate hate black people, hate Afro people, go there and get little children and do unimaginable things to them, and then marry them too at 16. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe just because somebody's with an Afro person or hang around with this or hang around with that, doesn't mean that they actually care about being multicultural or what have you. Yeah? I'm just saying. Yeah, Brother Fred, he's trying to talk sense to somebody that ain't got no common sense. That motherfucker stated, he ain't got no common sense, man. You know? The guy's full of fucking shit. He ain't got fucking sense. And the only reason he's doing so well is because some, yet again, Lebanese Christian musician, the Shari Special, is the guy behind the fucking visa. Let's be honest about it. Yeah? None of his numbers match up. Alright, so, guys, don't single out anyone because of their religion. Love everyone, religion, background, embrace different cultures. Ain't nothing wrong with that, just like embracing different music. Don't just be stuck on one thing. Embrace, there's the whole world out there for you to explore other than your own culture. Embrace it, love it. There's beauty everywhere. You know what I mean? Don't be fucking stuck in one little bubble, you know? Yeah, there's another thing I wanted to bring up. I've got a blog of it. Like I smacked out the room there. Let me bring it up. If I drop this fucking remote in the fucking stars, Losties, mate. Losties. Let's get out of there, lower. Ooh. Yeah.
So you would be engaging in toxic femininity by saying that, right?
Yeah. This is where the problem.
Now I believe, like, these
It's
guys,
amazing how often a conversation changes.
these guys usually break things down pretty correctly, but this time I'm thinking, man, they're killing the fucking joke. They must be looking for rage brain or some shit, you know? Like, this is killing the fucking joke. Listen to this.
The moment someone asks a simple question, not an emotional one, just a basic one. What do you mean? A lot of ideas sound strong until you actually force them to be precise. Then contradictions start showing up, definitions shift, and arguments that seem solid suddenly become harder to defend. That's because it's easy to throw around labels, but much harder to define them clearly and apply them consistently. And when a definition changes depending on who's speaking or who it's aimed at, it's no longer really a definition. It's just a rhetorical weapon. That's what makes discussions like this interesting. They often start simple, but quickly reveal whether the reasoning actually holds up.
I'm a very strong believer in the fact that men and women, they really need each other, that we need to harmonize the overall relationship between each other's genders. As to the toxic masculinity or femininity, I believe that both of the terms are about this or that gender trying to bring another one down.
That's correct.
In this or that way. In short, I would just describe it this way.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to...
Oh, that's fucking true, but I don't know why that just happened, but anyway, let's break it down. You got the picture, yeah? That's fucking true. Now these guys rip into her. Let me see how I bring it up again. These guys fucking rip into her. Come on, mate. What do you mean? talk about getting fucked by the YouTuber there. Right up, we go. Oh, getting fucked by YouTuber there. The YouTuber with Yankee Galana, hey. Just me this. Come on, man.
It's amazing how often a conversation changes the moment someone asks a simple question. Not an emotional one, just a basic one. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
A lot of ideas sound strong until you actually force them to be precise. Then contradictions start showing up, definitions shift, and arguments that seem solid suddenly become harder to defend. That's because it's easy to throw around labels, but much harder to define them clearly and apply them consistently. And when a definition changes depending on who's speaking or who it's aimed at, it's no longer really a definition. It's just a rhetorical weapon. That's what makes discussions like this interesting. They often start simple, but quickly reveal whether the reasoning actually holds up.
I'm a very strong believer in the fact that men and women, they really need each other, that we need to harmonize the overall relationship between each other's genders. As to the toxic masculinity or femininity, I believe that both of the terms are about this or that gender trying to bring another one down in this or that way. In short, I would just describe it this way.
No, okay. Well, I want to go around the table on this.
Wait. I have to interject just very brief. That didn't tell us anything about what toxic masculinity is. You just said you're a complementarian and you think that men and women complement each other. That does not tell us what toxic masculinity is.
This is already the first problem. She spends almost a minute talking without actually defining the term. This happens a lot with buzzwords. People use them like everyone already agrees on what they mean. But the moment you ask for a precise definition, everything gets vague. Again, if you can't clearly define what you're accusing someone of, then what are you even accusing them of? It's like a lawyer saying, the defendant committed badness. Okay, but what does that actually mean? And I like what Andrew does here. He doesn't jump straight into disagreement. He just asks for a definition first. Because that's the issue. If a definition falls apart the moment you question it, it probably wasn't solid in the first place.
Did you hear the last statement I said?
What's the last statement you said?
I said that either toxic masculinity or femininity is about one gender bringing another one down by any shape or form. Do you agree or no?
Okay, but bringing them down how?
Check the comments that were sent. This is what bringing another gender down is about.
I saw individuals being targeted in those comments, not genders of people. I saw individuals being addressed, not genders. Did you see somebody say all women or women X, or did you see individuals being addressed?
Individuals were being addressed, but would those people address those individuals the same way if they were male, for example?
So there actually something, right?
Exactly. That's the first problem. She doesn't actually have evidence. She just jumps straight from what was said to what she thinks the intention was. And that's just mind reading. Because there's a big difference between saying, this comment is sexist, and saying, I know you only said that because I'm a woman. How do you even prove that? Did the person say that? Did they come out and say, yeah, I wrote this because you're female? No. So you're just guessing what's going on in someone's head. And Andrew's right to stop her there, because this is where it shifts. Because her own definition was basically that toxic masculinity or femininity is one gender bringing another down. But now she's applying that to a random individual comment and turning it into something about masculinity as a whole. And that's a totally different claim. I mean, bad people exist, sexist people exist, rude people exist, but that doesn't suddenly make it masculinity. That label needs actual proof behind it, and she just doesn't really give it.
So that would be toxic femininity, wouldn't it? Because the example there is that you're bringing down the entirety of men who are making those comments, and by literally making the false assumption that they're only doing that because you're women and not because they're addressing you, the woman, specifically what you said.
Yeah,
which
it's
you
like this, man. It's
engaging in toxic
you get
femininity
the
by your
picture.
own standard.
At this
Because
point, I think a lot of people just looking for rage bait. They don't give a fuck about making any jokes. They just want more views, more this, more that. They're out of content. They make their point and now they're out of content. They make their point and now they're out of content. They just want to get the show on the road. Let's be honest about it. Like, and listen, guys, this is why if I don't have any content, I just fucking let it go. It's not worth coming up with bullshit stories and fucking up your rent. Yassas.